Welcome to this mobility workout where we're going to be using the oblique and the things that come with the oblique, so the band and the mat. Today we're going to do a mobility workout that's really focused on the shoulders and the core. So we're going to start off by just kind of engaging this full range of motion that we're trying to achieve as we're, getting better at this mobility program. And we want to start off by just holding the oblique itself, and we're going to raise it up above our head to just get to know our current range. So we raise it up, can be over here, can be over here, can be all the way over here, just where you feel comfortable currently. So we're going to do that 6 times. And meanwhile, we're going to really try to keep that core nicely engaged. We want to tilt those hips a little bit so we have a flat lower back. One more time. And we come back. Now we're going to put the oblique down and we're going to move to the ground. So we're going to put our knees on the mat. And to get started with these movements, with rolling out, we want to first pay some attention to the positioning of our shoulder blade and try to keep our shoulders in a correct position while we're doing these movements. So to do that, we're going to put our hands at shoulder width on the floor. And what we want to remember is that we want to move our shoulder blades into an active position. So we don't want to sag through those shoulder blades where they're kind of touching each other. We want to really push out and bring those shoulder blades away from each other. So let's just move through that movement. We sink through and we push out. So we sink through, we push out. Very nice. We can also keep in mind that we kind of want to turn our elbows open a little bit while we're doing that. So we want to turn the elbows in and bring our spine up. We'll do one more. Very nice. So now you come back. So then we're going to take the oblique, we're going to put it down, and we're going to start, before fully rolling out, we're going to really work on mobilizing the shoulder, stretching it a little bit so we're a little bit more comfortable in that range. So what we're going to do, there's a few different ways to do it, and we're going to start off by just grabbing the bar at shoulder width. We just want to keep in mind to free up this thumb that's closest to the big wheel, because this is really the shoulder that we're going to be focusing on. We're going to lean into that shoulder. So our hips are going to stay in the same place as we're rolling out and looking for that shoulder stretch. We're going to do that 4 times each side. And remember to kind of open up that elbow so we can get nice and deep into that lat muscle. Last one. Very nice. We're going to turn it around, do the other side. Progressively getting a little deeper. And the last one. Now we're going to turn it back around and we're going to do a variation. With this one, we're going to be able to get even deeper into that lat. The previous one was also kind of stretching our chest muscles. So what we want to do is with our hand that's closest to the big wheel, we want to have our under grip, then with the other hand next to it, but in over grip. Now, as we're going to roll out, we can get even deeper into that shoulder. And the nice thing is that with that hand that's now in over grip, you can kind of push yourself deeper into that stretch and control it a bit more. 4 on each side again. That means that this is the last one. Back out, turn it around, under grip close to the big wheel, over grip next to that. Got to remember to take a bit of tension off the neck by just relaxing the head and looking a little bit towards the side of the small wheel, a bit more down. Last one. Let's get deep into that stretch. Very nice. We want to now get up again so that we can engage our back line as well, because with these rollouts we're working a lot on the front, opening through here, but it's also really nice to get a bit of activity in our back line. So we're going to hold the bar and we're just going to do similar to what we did in the beginning where we're raising it overhead, but as we're raising overhead we're also moving into a slight RDL position in which our hip is moving back. Have a nice straight lower back, and we move back up by moving our hips forward. So we're going to combine that with the raise of the oblique. So you hold it at shoulder width and you move your hips back while you're moving that oblique above your head. You come back out of it. We're going to do that 6 times. You're going to feel your back engaging, your upper back. Feel your hamstring stretching. All these muscles that are directly connected to each other. Two more. Very nice. Now we're going to come back to the ground, and what we're going to do is we're going to put one knee on the mat and the other knee or the other foot will step in front of it. So our knee is raised. We're going to be in a kind of a lunge position right here. Then we're going to grab the bar with the hand closest to the raised leg under grip, other hand over grip. We're going to start here as if we're drawing our sword practically. From there, we're going to move up and look at that raised hand. So we're trying to stretch and activate that side that runs all the way here from your lower knee all the way up. I'm going to do that 6 times. Two more. Very nice. Now we're going to switch knees and do the other side. Four more. And last one. Very nice. We're now going to take a seat on our knees. Try to put your knees on the mat if you want to be a little bit more comfortable. We're going to take this band and we're just going to wrap it around our knees. So we're in a position where we can put some tension on it by raising it overhead. What we're going to do then is we're going to take the oblique. We're just going to wrap this around our thumbs so we can then grab the oblique just at its ends. From this position, we want to, instead of kind of slumping forward, we want to really have a proud chest upwards, shoulder blades together. From there, we're going to press this up. You're going to feel your upper back working and let it sink down again, close to your chest, and press out. Very nice. We're going to do that 8 times in total. Move very far overhead, as far as you can. 2 more. Very nice. Now we're going to stay on the ground over here. We're going to put the oblique down and we're going to move into some proper rollouts. Then we get on our knees for a variation of the shoulder rollout that we just did. And what we're going to do is we're going to really focus on our serratus muscle. That's one that's over here that's kind of pulling our shoulder blade forward. So what we want to do is we want to keep our hips again in the same place. We want to focus on our shoulder, but as we do that, we want to keep our arms bent. This hand is the one that we're going to focus on, and we want to free it up and place it as a fist on the bar like this. So what we want to do is we want to push away with this controlling hand and just lean into that side that you're engaging. All the time keeping your forearm parallel with the floor. I'm going to do that 4 times. That's the last one. Turn it around, free up that fist, get low, and very nice. The more you're engaging, having kind of an active shoulder, and the more you're going to feel that in your serratus. So now that we sufficiently prepared our shoulders, we're going to move into our basic rollout. So what we want to do is we want to turn it around again, and we're going to get into the position that we're now familiar with, but we're now also bringing our hips into the movement. So as we're extending those shoulders, we're also bringing the hips forward towards the ground. So we roll out, pay attention to the arm at the big wheel, and bring those hips in. We're going to do 6 rollouts each side. 3 more. And remember, you can just work in your own range. You don't have to go as deep as I'm doing right here. Turn it around, we do the other side. Try to get nice and deep into that shoulder, if possible. Two more. Very nice. So now that we had a more active engagement of our shoulders, we're going to bring a bit more passive stretch into the mix. So we're just going to place the oblique with the small wheel down, big wheel up in front of us, maybe a little bit further. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab the wheel like this, and we're going to hang into that shoulder. So we're going to sink down through the shoulders. Try to relax a little bit. Then we're going to activate slightly by bringing our chest up, activating your shoulders, activating your lats, before sinking down again. Bring it back up. Three more times. Very nice. Relax, bring your oblique, put it to the side. That's really the main part of our mobility routine, and you'll probably feel your shoulders being worked a little bit more than usual. So we're just going to relax them a little bit by just bringing ourselves into child's pose here. Try to relax into that position. Maybe go a bit on top of your fingertips so you can feel a little bit deeper into that shoulder. You don't have to. You bring yourself forward into cobra pose and bring yourself back, rounding that back a little bit. Back into cobra. We'll do 2 more, and that'll be it for this mobility routine. All right. Thank you so much for following along. See you in the next one.